Welcome back to the channel. Stephen Howson. 5 things we learned watching United against Palace last night. Weghorst W. He had a steady debut. I thought his hold-up play was good. He ran about the place like a puppy dog that's just been out on the field for the first time. He definitely cut about the place. He was actually tidy in possession, brought people into the game. Movement was clever, pivotal to Bruno Fernandes's opener. Definitely looks to be a good plan B, which might even end up being a bit of a plan A. Forget what he did at Burnley. People are focusing too much on that. What he's done elsewhere proves he can lead the line as the first choice, and I think he's got a very strong chance of doing that for Manchester United for the remainder of this season. And I think he could be massive against Arsenal. I think the way Arsenal play, he's the sort of player that could help hurt, expose, and free United up for some goals. Could be big for us. Wan-Bissaka is flying. Mentioned in the preview that this is the sort of game that really suits Aaron Wan-Bissaka. He's going to be playing high. He's going to be up against people who are going to run. I think Wan-Bissaka can miss out, lose out when he's up against teams that are going to try and pass it around him. You pass it around Wan-Bissaka, you take him out of the game. Cross it in behind him, you make him turn and face his goal. You take him out of the game. If you run at him, bitch, take a seat. He has got you. You're in trouble. If you try and dribble past him, literally, all of his attributes are in defending against a dribble. So, good luck getting past him. You're not getting past him. He was United's best player last night, and he's come on leaps and bounds. It's brilliant to see the confidence. There was some off-the-pitch issues, which I wasn't sure were going to be cleaned up, sorted out, and potentially against Arsenal, up against Martinelli. Martinelli's going to try and run you. The same way every Palace forward is going to try and run you. That's what they do. Martinelli tries to run you, and Wan-Bissaka could be absolutely vital again come Sunday. Outrageous match-saving tackle, brand new player. Credit to Erik ten Hag and to Wan-Bissaka for turning this one around. Obviously very strong 1v1, but really good ball progression as well. Brilliant performance from Aaron Wan-Bissaka. Number 3, United were sloppy. The passing and the ball retention was woeful, especially in the second half. I don't know what happened at half-time. Was it did they take their eye off the ball? Did they mention the Arsenal game at half-time? It felt off, didn't it? We created nothing in the second half. Bruno particularly was off it. Rashford off it. Didn't look like the guy that's been on fire of late. Poor team performance all around, and maybe that just highlights where we're at as a team. You know, we are in a building process. 10 wins on the bounce across multiple competitions would have been sensational. But it was probably a bridge too far for us. So, not necessarily unexpected that we drop points in that sense. Number 4, Casimiro ban. Bruno's sloppy pass leads to pretty cynical tackle. You can't argue with the yellow card. You can't. It was fucking high. It was from behind. It was a yellow card, wasn't it? Should he have been on the pitch still for so long in the 80th minute? You can talk about the penalty. If it goes to 2-0, did he keep him on the pitch? I don't think they do. 80th minute, Casemiro still on the pitch. You've ridden your luck. You need him for Arsenal. And he has to commit what he has to commit. He's there. He can't pull out of challenges. This is Casemiro. It's like asking a dog not to bark at a postman. He's going to tackle him. That's what he does. He's going to be a huge miss, though. This massively swings the game in Arsenal's favour, and we'll talk about that in a second. But I think we needed him against Odegaard. Can Fred or someone do that job? Can McTominay do that job? Maybe, but did he have the ball progression that you saw with Casemiro, which you're going to need as well? You know, what midfield are we going to see against Arsenal? You're going to see an inferior one. That's what you're going to see. And then, finally, Arsenal look ahead. You know, we have missed a huge opportunity to close the gap. Now, beating City, beating Palace, beating Arsenal, those 3 wins in succession would have elevated United right into the mix. Right into the mix. Now, there's still half a season to go. As Gary Neville mentioned on Sky the other day, you are in the jostling for position phase. Some players saying they don't even look at the table till April. That's a fucking load of shite. You are doing. Certainly around Christmas time, that's more realistic, that you would be looking for that. This is a problem for us. Arsenal is a tough game. You know, they are one of the form teams in European football at the moment. We're now 8 points behind them. Takes a little bit of gloss off the fixture this weekend. Would have been a lot tighter. Beat them and go within 3 points of them. Jesus Christ. That would have been something, wouldn't it? I mean, You still go within 5 points of them with a victory, but do you know what I mean? It's just that. Now, maybe that you needed this little bit of a reset, a little bit of a purge. 10 games on the spin when we've been as basic as we have been for a few years now. You're talking about a record that goes all the way back to 2009 when we were actually fucking unreal. So to see Ten Hag get there in 6 months and be, putting the sort of numbers Fergie did when he was in a team that had won 3 Premier League titles on a bounce. Shit, man. That's some real progress. So when you take a bit of a step back, look at the bigger picture, you go, do you know what? I'm fucked off. But we was never in a title race in the summer. Most people didn't even have us finishing inside the top 4. Most people had Liverpool in the league, which is fucking hilarious. But most people didn't have United inside the top 4. They might have had us 4th at absolute best, and that was probably a United fan that had that. No one had us winning the league. No, I certainly didn't have Arsenal winning the league. It was sitting Liverpool. And the fact that we're in the mix and annoyed can only be a good thing. It can only show the expectation and the progress that Erik Ten Hag has done in such a short time. Can we make amends for the blip? Well, we've just shown that we're capable of going on a run. You're going to have to do another one. He's going to need a big performance against Arsenal. We see what the character of this team is really about, especially missing a real character in Casemiro. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. I'll see you in the next one. Laters. Hey, thank you for watching the video. If you are new around these parts, then don't forget to subscribe. My channel is proudly supported by my community on Patreon. If you'd like to get a little bit of extra content, a Discord group, meetups, 5-a-side games, weekly podcasts, behind the scenes, and even an occasional bit of transfer news as and when I get it, then for the price of a pint, you can show your appreciation for the content that we make and get some goodies for doing so as well. Check the link in the description or click the button right here. You'll also find all of my socials here too if you want to follow me on any of those platforms. Nice one.